qualified 8th. We didn't start 8th. Loads were missing, but on the first corner, that McLaren has taken out the top 4 cars, and me and Reinrunschen in front and Godetier behind say thank you very much. So despite qualifying about 8th, I think it was, yep, we were able to be second after the first corner and Van der Mee's 10-pin bowling technique into turn 1. Anyway, this is a 25-minute race. Public lobby. This isn't an LFM lobby, it's a public lobby. So there's always the chance that the random guys are going to be awful. But we're in the Audi, as usual. And I've done this race. I stayed in this lobby for a few hours because the first one was really enjoyable. And I've got some decent results. We've been bashed about a bit, but I've got some decent results. But this race, we really do get an ACC miracle. Now, I'm a little bit worried about Godetier behind me, because he does seem relatively quick. At the moment, he's just 0.6 behind. I'm expecting Reinlunsen to disappear at the moment. And this is going to be about 13 laps, this race. So we haven't got bad pace. We're lapping about 1:57. The pole sitter, Patel, who I don't know if he appeared from the pits or what, like this guy. Out of the way, dude. Thank you. That's put me off a bit. I think he wiped out the boards, which made the rest of the race interesting. But Patel, the pole sitter, did a low 1:56. It was really fast. But all afternoon, my lap times had been consistently dropping, and I was holding pretty good pace for me, basically. Considering that maybe about a month ago here, I was really struggling to get 1:59, but now I'm comfortably low 1:57. So we've made progress, and I do like driving this Audi. Apparently it's not that easy to drive for beginners. I'm not really an ACC expert. I find the cars very strange to drive. I don't really get much through the force feedback. But this car I just seem to have a particular affinity with. I do like it in iRacing as well, and I use the same livery for both. Oh. Nearly. Anyway, at the moment most of the boards are still here, which is alright. But Rhineland, 1.6 seconds ahead, so I'm fully expecting him, although he only qualified a few tenths better than me, I'm fully expecting him to just go, because he's got clean air. Now, one of the previous races taught me a very important lesson, especially with ACC. One of the previous races, there was obviously something going on, because virtually every single distance marker board had been wiped out, and that made cornering very tricky. So the important thing to do, as well as your distance marker boards, is you want to have a look around them and see if there's anything trackside or any discoloration, which would indicate actually if the board is wiped out, where do I need to brake. Everybody has braking reference points, but when you've got a board you tend to be lazy and focus on them. So lap 3, and we're still keeping Reinlundsen in our sights, and we're just starting to open up a bit of a gap on Godetier, almost a second now. He's in the Porsche, which is quite good round corners, but lacks a bit of oomph and top speed. No wiggles this time. Just really having to concentrate hard. This is not a position I find myself in at all, really, with Assetto Corsa Competizione. I don't think I've ever won an online race. I certainly never podium in an online race. Best I've come, I think, was a 5th or a 4th in low fuel. And that was at this track, and that was also because of a first corner wreckfest. In fact, didn't even get to the first corner. The front 14 or 15 cars all wiped each other out here at the start line. So we profited from that. Adaptor comes in a bit hot there, but it's okay. He's nice and clean. That's what we like. I didn't fancy doing another low fuel motorsport server. I only really like to do these online ranked servers just the once. Unless I have an absolute calamity of a race, I tend just to do them once. I'm not one of these people who can do the same race over and over and over again, day after day all week. I tend to just put a bit of practice in so that I'm happy. We'll put an effort into a race, and if we do okay, we do okay, and if it's a disaster, we'll try again. So Ryzen is pulling away 2¼ seconds. Need to keep that corner so careful when you come round. If you go a bit wide, it's really hard to maintain the speed, set yourself up for the next corner and not spin. See, the Audi's a little bit slidey through that chicane, but I'm perfectly happy with it. There's just something about this car. I really like it. I mean, the BMW is excellent and is superb for late braking. It's very stable. There's just something about this Audi. Still trying to keep Adaptor behind me. Decent gap, it's 1 second. 2.5 over now to Ryzen. Just over a third of the way through now. Sky, please don't rejoin. Thank you. Deep here, luckily get away with it. Still maintaining that second gap to third. We've got a good gap to fourth. He's 8.5 seconds away from me. So as long as we can keep this this good pace, low 157s, we should be in the shout of a decent result. Tyre temp's absolutely bang on for this race. The Adaptor's dropped 4/10. So I start braking just after the 100 board, and if somebody wipes out the 100 board, it's not a problem, because I start braking basically where the grass joins the track at the side. So by keeping these trackside reference points, I can keep consistent. I'm absolutely amazed that I've still got Ryan Lundson in my sights. He was 2.6, he's obviously had an error somewhere, he's back down to 2 seconds. He's probably not that bothered, to be honest. Doing okay. Nearly 2 seconds now to Godurtier, so again he's made a little bit of an error. But we need to keep pushing. That can disappear as quickly as anything. All it takes is a fraction of a second too early on the acceleration. Hopefully you don't come back on the track, Honda. Good lad. Everything going well so far though. Godurtier's back to just under 2 seconds. So just where the grass starts and the pavement runs out, that's my braking point. Come on, tyres. A little bit of issue with the curb there. But luckily we don't give up a lot of time to Godurtier. Broke a fraction of a second too late. Sounds a tiny bit deep, but we're okay. Godurtier's narrowed it back to 1.2 seconds because of my wiggle earlier. So he's going to smell blood. Just got to keep consistent. Ryan Lundson's back up to 2.5 seconds. Too much curve there for my liking. Doing okay. Trying to get the last corner right to get back on the power as soon as we can. Opened up another few tenths to Godurtier. Just need to keep the momentum. Try not to slip and slide again. We're okay. One thing that I'm really pleased with at the moment is my ACC ratings. I've been at 99 safety for a little while now, but now my racecraft is up to 99 as well, and my consistency is about 92. So very, very pleased with those. gaps almost back to 2 seconds for Adaptor. And we're maintaining that 2.5 seconds in front. So we were doing alright. Trying not to lose as much speed as I can through that chicane. Right, we've opened up to 2.5 seconds nearly to Adaptor. Really big gap to Barantes behind. A little bit wide, tiny bit of a slide, but it's okay. I really like the Nurburgring. It's a superb track. 2.5 seconds behind. And at this point, I'm still amazed to be in second. Super consistent. Heavy on the brakes here. Still very consistent, low 157s. These are all faster than my qualifying time. A little bit wide again. But these lap times are consistent enough now. We've almost got 3 seconds over Adaptor. And he's under no pressure at all from anyone behind him, which is a shame for me. So it'd be nice if he was distracted. Coming up to the end of lap 10. Still going really good guns. Still keeping decent speed through the last chicane. Three seconds now to Adaptor. A little bit extra hard on the brakes there, because I broke slightly later. 3 laps to go, including this one. I think at this point I'm believing that we can hang on to this. Got a 17-second gap to Highland. Barrantes has made some sort of mistake and has allowed Highland to take his place. Good news for Godetier. 3 seconds back now, almost 3 seconds to Reinlandsen in front. This Audi is just such a good car, it really is. A little bit later than normal there, but we're okay. Didn't spin it. Be careful not to get a front wheel on the inside curbing, otherwise that will turn you round. There's a little part of me which is hoping that Reinlandsen in front makes an error. There's no reason why he should. He's been very consistent so far, but it just takes a little bit of excitement. Accelerate just a fraction too early. Get too close to a curb. ACC can be very unforgiving on curbs. So close. .2 seconds behind. So we're coming up to the last lap. Really careful now not to make any errors. 3.3 seconds to Godetier. So last lap. That one was back in the 158s, so quite a slow lap really, but this one we don't have to go mad. There's no way Godetier is going to lap this 3 seconds faster than me. Just have to make sure we don't do anything stupid. We're not going to catch Reinlandsen, so we just need to put in a decent lap. Try not to go on the curb too much like that. Just making sure we're getting through the last few tricky corners without killing ourselves, especially this one. So the last few to go. Reinlandsen is going to take it. So we said 8th on the grid, but we started 6th. So because the first few just weren't on the track when we began. But that is incredible. A second place podium finish. Super happy with that. Lovely. So, there we go. Second place. That never happens. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.